Raw materials, including the ingredients, processing aids, and even packaging materials, are the foundations of your finished products. Therefore, you must make sure they meet regulatory requirements and also specifications. Make sure your raw materials are safe and legal for your intended use. And you have to fulfill the specification because it will contribute to the functionality and quality of your process and products. To select raw materials and to design specifications, you need a team. It is good to have a broad team with different expertise because the materials could be unique and could be complex. Or you may need somebody who knows how to source the material from overseas. There could be special handling methods, customer location, and regulations. So the team assesses if the material has limitations or may be too costly to handle and determine if additional measures are necessary to prevent potential safety issues for the employees and the products. R&D invents the finished product to meet the customer's expectations. The quality department ensures that the programs and practices will result in finished product that is safe, legal, and meet the company's standard as well as specifications outlined by R&D. Productions, those guys that are involved from receiving to shipping the final products, handles the raw materials and in process and finish products in an appropriate manner. This includes equipment capability to ensure the finished product is safe, is legal, and meet R&D's specifications. Do not forget to include me. I'm in sales, also in marketing or in purchasing. I work with R&D and the customer to define and negotiate acceptable product with affiliated price point. R&D selects the appropriate raw materials based on functionality. Functionality can encompass multiple areas such as providing identified characteristics of the finished products such as binding ability, thickening ability, maybe also the organoleptic characteristics such as flavor, color, aroma, and texture, or maybe contribute to product safety characteristics such as lowering the pH or water activity, and probably preservative effects such as to extend the shelf life, contribute to color or flavor retention. If you already have a raw material that is already in use by your company that has the same or similar characteristics from the raw materials that you are seeking, then there is nothing else to do. Just copy that. There is no reason to add unnecessary complexity. After those considerations, it is time for you to do plan discussions and trials. There is a need to collaborate between R&D guys and the manufacturing team. You have to consider OSHA, occupational safety and health. Does the new material present a potential safety or handling concern to the employee or the facility? Are they flammable? Will they be irritating? Are there additional reporting requirements? You should also consider food defense considerations, such as the toxicity level. This new material is going to be toxic? If so, how is potential purposeful abuse handled? You must also consider product safety considerations. You should Google, for instance, pathogen and names of the materials, or recall and names of the materials, or foodborne illness and names of the materials. The food safety team assesses the potential biological, chemical, and physical hazards affiliated with the raw materials. After trial, there should be a discussion where you can discuss flexibility in sourcing and costs. Is the materials a commodity type item that can be purchased from multiple sources? If so, you can compare existing specification from multiple suppliers. Therefore, you can allow comparison bidding for purchasing. Can the tolerances for characteristics be expanded to be able to purchase from more than one source or a wider range of possible existing materials? And finally, can purchasing find a similar functionality material that costs less or has fewer concerns? After the team has discussed and agreed upon the key characteristics for the raw material, the next step is to document these expectations. Make sure that the document assert that raw materials and ingredients do not contain levels of microorganisms that may produce food poisoning or other disease in humans, or they shall be pasteurized or otherwise treated during manufacturing so that they no longer contain levels that could cause the product to be adulterated. Organoleptic characteristics are tested with your senses, including visual appearance, aroma, and flavor. This brief descriptor is typically used during the receive or pre-use at the plant to confirm that basic expectations are met or identify issues that can be readily checked by appearance or flavor or odor. Analytical characteristics typically require testing with instrument rather than your senses. For example, organoleptic description of a product could be red liquid, and the analytical information would be the calorimeter reading. Characteristics to be outlined include those affiliated with functionality, quality, and food safety. You do not necessarily need a certificate or in-house testing for all the listed characteristics. Rather, these characteristics are outlined as an agreement about what you are purchasing and as a basis for discussion if concerns are identified. My final word: a clear understanding of the materials being purchased is vital for suppliers and customers alike. Materials that do not meet your expectations can significantly reduce productivity, increase costs due to additional testing, rework, or destructions, and can place your product, your company, your customers, and consumers at risk for hazardous issues. On the other hand, understanding the materials and appropriate handling practices, as well as obtaining those that meet your expectations, increases productivity, decreases potential food safety risks, and is a key building block towards making a consistent and high-quality finished products.